The amber room, created in Germany in the early 18th century and gifted to Tsar Peter the Great of Russia by the King of Prussia in 1716. Consisting of 6 tons of precious amber, the panels covered 590 square feet. Valued today in excess of $500 million, this stunning treasure disappeared in the dying days of World War II on the Eastern Front. People and nations have searched for it ever since 1945. Let's find out what it was and what likely became of this stolen Nazi treasure. The Amber Room was given to Peter the Great to cement a Russo-Prussian alliance against Sweden. German and Russian craftsmen installed the room in the Catherine Palace in St. Petersburg. It was the summer residence of the imperial family. And there it remained quite happily until late 1941. German Army Group North is rapidly approaching the former St. Petersburg, now Leningrad. Curators at the palace work feverishly to remove the art treasures to prevent them from falling into German hands. But the amber panels were difficult to move in a hurry, the amber having become brittle over the decades. The curators had to leave the priceless room in situ. Instead, the Soviets tried to disguise it with wallpaper. German forces quickly captured the Catherine Palace, largely empty of its contents, and experts soon arrived to locate the amber panels. It took the Germans just 2 days to strip the panels from the walls, ready for shipment west. Königsberg was the capital of East Prussia, and the Amber Room arrived in crates in the city on the 14th of October 1941. The treasure was stored in Königsberg Castle. But by January 1945, Königsberg was in the front line, under heavy RAF bombing raids and now threatened by the fast-moving Red Army. The Amber Room and other treasures had to be moved. It is known that between the 21st and the 24th of January, several caches of looted valuables were shipped west. Was the Amber Room among them? Things were complicated when the Gauleiter Erich Koch abandoned Königsberg, leaving the army in charge. Koch fled to Pilau and then by evacuation ship to Flensburg and was eventually captured by the British in Hamburg in April 1949. We will return to Koch shortly, as he's an important character in this story. The Red Army captured Königsberg on the 9th of April 1945, but the Amber Room was nowhere to be found. So what became of the priceless panels? Many believe that the room was packed aboard the evacuation ship Wilhelm Gustloff, perhaps on the orders of Gauleiter Koch. On the 30th of January 1945, the liner was torpedoed and sunk by a Soviet submarine in the Baltic, killing around 9,400 passengers and crew. It appears that the Soviets kept Koch alive after the British handed him over to the Poles in the 1950s, but salvage attempts on the ship in the 50s turned up nothing. Koch died in prison in 1986 at the age of 90 without elaborating on the issue. The second and most popular theory surmises that the Amber Room was destroyed when Königsberg Castle was badly damaged. Already damaged by RAF bombs in August 1944, the Soviets smashed the place with artillery during the battle to capture the city. It has been stated by Soviet investigators that the room was destroyed between the 9th and the 11th of April 1945 in fires. However, a variation of this story suggests that part of the Amber Room was discovered intact in the castle's cellars but kept secret by the Soviets because of the theft and destruction of the Amber Room was a useful Cold War propaganda tool, blaming the West for its loss. It was strange that Königsberg Castle was placed off-limits during the Soviet occupation, and in 1968 Soviet leader Leonid Brezhnev ordered its ruins leveled, preventing any proper investigation of the site. On the site today stands the House of the Soviets. In 1997, a set of 4 amber stones from the famous room were discovered in Germany. They were in the possession of a soldier who helped pack up the room for shipment. So important were they that they have been returned to Russia and were used during the Amber Room's reconstruction of the Catherine Palace. Perhaps the Germans did manage to spirit the panels out of East Prussia. They lie hidden in a salt mine or a lake, somewhere in Germany perhaps. Regardless of which theory you subscribe to, the search for $500 million worth of treasure will continue until someone finally discovers the true fate of the Amber Room. If you've enjoyed this mystery, please do subscribe and also share. Many thanks.